Welcome, ladies, degenerates, and gentlemen, back to the DeGents podcast. We are 48 hours roughly away from the NFL season week one kickoff on Thursday night. We are a full weekend of college football, real college football, in already, and we're ready to rock and roll here. What's going on, Big Rich?
Booski, how we doing, man? Football is upon us. Ready to rock and roll. Watching college football the other day got me very excited. It was fun to get back into it a little bit. And NFL this freaking week, can't go wrong. We're back like we never left.
Oh yeah, yeah. We'll touch on college football as we go throughout the season here, but we're gonna do a little bit of a shift in the pod, and we're gonna do like 90% NFL, focus NFL in the season. It's a lot to do both for both of us when we get together, so we will touch on the games here and there when the big the drama happens. But
Yep,
we're gonna do NFL focused season here.
absolutely. I'm all for it. Yeah, college football is just there's so many teams, so many things going on. And outside of this, Fuski and I are relatively very busy people. So
Oh
trying
yeah.
to trying to stay on top of it, it's almost impossible. So we'll do our best to stay in tune with it, but put all of our eggs into the NFL basket this season. But I do got one thing real quick.
Oh yeah. This is from our yep. Let's go.
Last
Duval.
Duval. What was the? Do you remember what the bet was exactly last year
Yes,
for?
it was Jags, Steelers. I believe the spread was like 7 or 7.5, and we were on opposite sides.
Yeah,
So we did a little bet, and Jags covered on a back door, actually.
yeah,
I remember they should have never covered that game, but they scored late and they covered the touchdown and
yeah,
finally paying your debt to me
yeah.
with
And
the T-Law have been here.
yeah, this is absolutely outrageous. Oh man, it reminds me why I will never have long hair.
Yep,
Fucking
just for the
annoying.
clip.
Oh yeah. But all right, dude. Let's hop right into it. We got a little fancy football action to start us out, huh?
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna share my screen with a little cheat sheet here. We're gonna run through least favorite and least favorite picks in the first 10 rounds or so. And then we got three sleepers, three busts, and a league winner. And then after we wrap up with that, we'll run through our week one picks for the NFL.
I have to ask Shannon for a hairbrush or something, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. So give me the thumbs up that you can see the cheat sheet up there.
Oh, this is beautiful. Better than I expected it to look.
Yeah, so we'll zoom in here on this first round, and I'll let you start it since you are the prettiest one to look at the moment.
You're trying to say ladies first,
Yep.
man. So round one, my favorite pick in this round, obviously depends on where you're drafting, right? Like if I have the number one pick, I'm picking Jamar Chase. Um,
Hmm.
but this guy, I would be even willing to take in the number two slot, and that is C.D. Lamb.
Mm.
I think there was a lot of hype for him going to last year. I don't have where he finished off the top of my head last year. I know it was still pretty high. I know he had a little bit of injuries, um, but Dallas's biggest problem over the last couple of years has not giving CD Lamb help in the receiving core. They go and they get a guy in George Pickens. I think that's going to create so many avenues for CD Lamb to potentially end up being the wide receiver one this season. Um, unfortunately, so far in my drafts, I don't have any stock in CD Lamb. I'm drafting 8, 9 in most of my drafts, which is every single one of them. So I've not been able to get my hands on CD Lamb, but he is my favorite pick in round one.
Yeah, like you said, I think first round is pretty straightforward um, in terms of like the number one and then kind of where you go after that.
Yeah,
Um, I'm the same as you. I had four drafts this year. I had two nines, a 10, and a number one. So I'm
yeah,
kind of in that same spot with you.
yeah,
Um, like you said, I think Jamar's the clear number one.
yeah,
Um, I'm gonna go with my least favorite pick in the first round, at least based off this top 12 list. Um, I'm definitely staying away from Achan
yeah,
in the first round here. I that I stayed away from him in every draft, even when he slipped into the second round. Um, but I'm also a little bit nervous about Puka just because of the quarterback situation with Stafford. I know he's a tough dude, but same with we'll get to Devontae Adams, but that receiving core scares me just because if he goes down even for a couple weeks, you got Jimmy G throwing you the ball, and that production could take a dive off a cliff immediately. So
yeah.
those are two
One,
guys I'm staying away from.
um,
And then I think as far as favorite pick, again, first round is really wherever you fall. You can't really go wrong with any of these guys, unless they get hurt, obviously, but you can't predict that. I'll have to go with Jahmyr Gibbs with my favorite in the first round because I think he has a really good chance of winning Offensive Player of the Year this year, and I think he's going to have a monster year.
oh yeah. I mean, I know we've said it, but I mean, you can't really go wrong here, round one, as long as all these guys stay healthy. But just sharing where, like, if you had the number two pick, you'd consider taking Jahmyr Gibbs over Bijan.
Yes.
Yeah, so I do like that. I think I would consider it too. I think I'd end up going Bijan, but like I said, you can't go wrong with any of these guys here unless they knock on wood and get injured.
Yeah. Which again, you can't draft based on that, but
Correct, correct. Um, I agree with you. I'm staying away from HN, especially with the lingering calf injury from preseason. This is never a good thing. I know Christian McCaffrey had the calf stuff last year, and look at him.
yeah.
Consensus number one pick last year and played in 3 games. So this is a lingering injury. If he falls to me in the middle to the late second round because of that, I'd probably take him. But I'm not taking him in the round one value.
Yeah. All right, let's move into the next 12 here. Second
Yep.
round. What are you thinking?
My favorite pick here, it's right outside of round one, 13th, Nico Collins. I even drafted him in our league in the first round, 10th overall. Um, just given the Texans and their running back room right now, you got Nick Chubb and Damian Pierce, and I think they're going to have to rely heavy, heavy, heavy on the pass game. I know they brought in a guy, Christian Kirk from Jacksonville, but I think Nico Collins has the potential to explode in that same category of Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb, in my opinion. He has just as much of a chance to finish as wide receiver one as those guys. So um, that is my pick for my favorite pick in the second round.
Yeah, based off this, I mean, we had some keepers in our league, but if we're going based off this, just straight up top 300, my favorite pick in the second round here would be Josh Jacobs. Um, I think Green Bay is going to be solid this year, and then of course they
Yeah,
just added Micah, but I just think Jacobs is going to be an absolute horse this year.
yeah,
Um, he also, in my opinion, has a chance to be a leading rusher in the league, and if that qualifies him for Offensive Player of the Year, then throw him in that list too. But I would say he's my favorite here in the second round. And my least favorite, I mean, I'm probably just going back to Miami with Tyreek. That situation is just not my favorite out of these players. And then I guess if you consider Devontae on that fringe second round as well, he would be in that group with Tyreek because of what I explained about Stafford.
Yep. Um, yeah, the Dolphins just they don't seem like a safe fantasy stock. You know what I mean?
Bad vibes. It's just
Like
bad vibes.
and like they all have potential to be incredible. Vibes aren't great, but as soon as Tua goes down, I mean their value tanks.
Right.
Um, so so yeah, I stayed far away from Miami. Um,
Yep.
my least favorite pick here though is AJ Brown. Not saying that AJ
Mm,
Brown won't contribute and be a great fantasy weapon this year. Um, I'm just looking at this run of four wide receivers of Nico, Brian Thomas, AJ, and Drake London. He's just my least favorite wide receiver out of that four. So if I have an opportunity to draft any one of those other guys, I'm going to do so. And I think um, the chance for them to rush a lot, the Eagles. You got Jalen Hurts running the ball. You got Saquon running the ball, obviously. And I think that just leads to the opportunity for too many duds. You know what I mean? There's going to be a few weeks in there where I think he'll have under 10 points. Where if I'm drafting wide receiver in the second round, I don't want anyone. I don't want him getting under 10 points any week. So I want the opportunity there
yeah.
1 week out for my second round pick.
Yeah. I could see that. And I could also see like, I mean, if the Eagles are as strong as they were last year and they have they have everything they need to do that. I could see AJ coming out in like the fourth quarter in games that they're up big. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Keep him healthy. Same with Saquon. You never know what could happen, but if they're as good as they're supposed to be, you could see a lot of the starters getting benched late in the game. All right, third round here. I guess we'll go through Devontae and we'll start at Josh for the third round, even though it's not technically where the rankings are, but I think that's a fair spot to put them, even though guys like Josh and Lamar could even go in the second round in some drafts, depending on how your league plays it. But yeah, what are you thinking here?
Um, James Cook.
Mm,
Um, I, what did he? I literally I saw this earlier. What he finished RB wise last year, but he had 16 rushing touchdowns last season, a season ago, and not much has changed offensively for this football team. You still got Josh Allen, still got Khalil Shakir, still got Dalton Kincaid, still got Keon Coleman, still got James Cook. And what did they add to that running back room to go with James Cook? Tyler Johnson's still there. Ray Davis is still there.
yeah, Ray Davis going into his second year.
So, and James Cook just signed that deal. So he is the guy in Buffalo. And I don't see him taking a step back. So James Cook is my favorite pick in this round.
Okay. Yeah, I struggle with this one. I almost feel, I don't know. I had a chance to draft James Cook once or twice. I didn't. Um, I'll go the latter as well in this round and say a guy that I would avoid, and that would be Alvin Kamara. Just because of how bad the Saints are supposed to be this year, and he feels like he's kind of getting to the tail end of his prime per se,
Yeah.
and on a really bad team. That's not really something I would be interested in this early. If he slipped into the next round, maybe, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't really like him here. And then honestly, I think at 41 here at the bottom of the list, I really like Chuba, especially if you can get him late or even on the turn if you have one of the last picks in the third round.
Yeah.
I think the Panthers are going to be a lot better this year. He just signed a new deal as well, and I like the value there. Potentially even getting him as a early for fourth round pick. So those
Yeah.
would be my two in this round.
Yeah. It's always tough to get those running backs at ADP because you got guys who draft wide receiver heavy, and then they go wide receiver, and then they start reaching for those running backs. But
Yep.
I do like Chuba a lot this year. I agree. I think the Panthers are going to be much improved. Um, my original thought for this round for my least favorite player was Devontae Adams, but since we shrunk our little thing here, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
with
he's at 27, so I
yeah.
mean that's fair.
I'm gonna
I kind of threw him in with Puka, so
yeah. I agree. Yeah, I agree there. So as long as Stafford's healthy, I think he'll be all right. But even if Stafford's healthy, I think Devontae could struggle. I mean, Puka's the number one, and he's already built this chemistry with Stafford.
yeah.
And Devontae is getting old. What is he, 34, 35?
Yeah, he's up there.
He's not. I just don't think he's a top 15 talent as it is right now. I'd take Smith and Jigba over him. I'd take Terry McLaurin over him. But I wouldn't take Garrett Wilson over him, and that's my other pick that I would not take this round is Garrett Wilson. Um,
Yep.
Justin Fields might rush for more yards than he does throw for yards this year. Garrett Wilson is the only warm alive body in the New York Jets wide receiver room, but he'll get a lot of targets, I believe, but Justin Fields is not going to put him in prime positions to get 10 to 12 catches a game, which is what he has the potential to do. But I'm going to stay far away from Garrett Wilson.
Yep. All right, let's move to the fourth round. Where did we stop there? Chuba.
Yeah.
So 42. I mean, you're kind of shrinking. We're kind of shrinking out a couple guys. I mean, Kittle
Yeah, that's
could
fine.
be in the
Yeah, this
fourth, but
this is the bunch, you know.
yeah. Um, Go ahead. What do you think?
Um, oh boy, there's some shenanigans going on up there. The dogs are going crazy. Um, you want to slide it up? Oh no, never mind. We're good here. We're good here.
I can shrink it a little bit.
Now we're good. Yeah, I want to get. Yeah, that's good. Um, DK Metcalf is my favorite pick in this round.
Mm,
Um, a similar situation to Garrett Wilson. Going to get a bunch of targets, right? There's not many people in that receiving room. You got Fryermuth, tight end, but the wide receiver room has, I mean, like Roman Wilson. Like, I don't think he's caught a career 15 catches in the league. He's going to get a ton of targets. He's an athletic freak specimen. I know Rodgers ain't Rodgers anymore, but I trust Rodgers throwing the ball better than Justin Fields does. So give me DK Metcalf, my favorite pick in this round.
I like DK too. I tried to get him in a bunch of drafts, but being in the middle like I was for most of them, it was he never made it to me, and I didn't want to reach too far with a new
Yeah,
quarterback and a new team. But I do like DK. I'm gonna keep doing what I've been doing. I'm staying away from Brees Hall in this round.
yeah,
Just in general, I'm staying away from him. Uh,
yeah,
don't like the situation as although I mean I feel like the only way the Jets will produce offense is on the ground because Fields can't fucking throw.
yeah,
Um, but it seems like Braylon Allen is like really making a push to be like a 1B to him, and with a split backfield on a shitty team, I don't really
yeah,
want anything to do with that. And then my favorite, um, I'd probably go with Calvin Ridley.
yeah,
If you consider 55 in there in the fourth round, again, these are
yeah.
just the rankings in the top 300. But if you can get Calvin Ridley late in the fourth, I think that's good value for him. I know he's got the rookie QB, but Cam Ward can fucking sling the pill, and I think Tennessee's gonna be a lot better than people expect. Not a great team by any means, but Calvin Ridley is what is he 2 or 3 years back now?
This is his third year back, I think. Yeah, because he had one in Jacksonville, one last year in Tennessee, and then another one here in Tennessee.
Yeah. So I think he's fully back, and then with a new arm, a young arm, I think he can provide some value in this round.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's not Will Levis throwing the football, I think it'll be great.
Yeah, exactly.
um, yeah, James Conner is my least favorite pick here.
Mm,
I feel like it's just like year in and year out, he's in the same spot every year, and he ends up being good, not great, not bad, just good. But I think this is the year where James Conner. I don't want to. I don't want to wish. I'm not wishing an injury, but I just think this is the year where he'll miss a chunk of time. He's at the point of his career, and we got Trey Benson waiting in the wings. And
yeah.
if James misses a handful of games, like a big chunk of games, and Trey Benson comes in and goes wild, I think it'll be tough to hand the keys back over to Connor. So I'm going to stay. I've stayed away from James Conner, and I'll continue to do so.
Yeah, he's 30 years old now as well. So, all right, let's
Lot,
go.
lot of miles on those tires.
Oh yeah, let's go to the fifth round here. Started with Jerry.
Yep.
Um, I think this is probably a good little list. What you got?
What do I have here? I'm going to go RJ Harvey,
Mm,
running back for the Denver Broncos. Um, they never really had a great identity as running the ball last year. The Broncos. I mean, they had a committee backfield with Javonte Williams, and I think Jaleel McLaughlin was in that mix, and Audric Estime. Um, Estime is gone. McLaughlin, I don't think, is in the mix. Javonte Williams is gone. They draft RJ Harvey, and then they bring in J.K. Dobbins. I think it'll be 1A, 1B type of thing. I think RJ Harvey will get a majority of the snaps. But I think as the year goes on, I think he'll take probably a 60 to a 70% snap share there. They drafted him in the second round. I think he's worth the shot on a Denver team that should be pretty good, all right this year. So down the stretch, they're going to rely on the young buck to get some miles on his tires. So RJ Harvey there.
nice. Yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. I think Denver's going to be a good squad as well, so he should get some good opportunities.
Yep.
Um, let's see. What do I have? I think I think my least favorite in this bunch. I mean, I'm kind of not including Rashi Rice, considering he's going to be out for the first, what, 5, 6 weeks of the season. I think, is it six confirmed?
Yeah, 6 confirmed.
Yeah. Um, so scratch him off this list. I'd say my least favorite is, see, I got a lot of guys in this bunch right here are in my sleepers, busts, and league winner. So
Um, so
I don't
you
really want to. I don't really want to say any of them because it's giving it away. Um, I'll go. Honestly, least favorite is probably Mahomes.
okay?
Um,
So if you okay, answer me this: if you had Patrick Mahomes and then Baker Mayfield, you take Baker over Mahomes.
oh yeah, 100%. But I don't think Baker's going this early. Personally, I don't. He got drafted in the eighth round, the second pick of the eighth round in our league in Goodell.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. When I
that has keepers too, but I really like Baker this year.
Yeah, I just don't love it. I don't know. I mean, I think he'll be good. I'm just not taking him as QB7. I'd rather take other value there. Say I don't have a
No,
quarterback,
yeah,
I'd rather take other value there. I'd rather take Pickens or even RJ Harvey. I'd rather even take Rashi Rice 6 games and then Rashi Rice for the remaining 10 weeks into the playoffs.
I would agree with that. Again, I'm kind of looking at Baker as like a seventh, eighth round pick more than a QB7.
Yeah,
top 63, I guess.
yeah,
Again, this list is just the top 300 on ESPN, so it's just it's different everywhere you look. This is just for the purpose of going through it. I'll
yeah.
go my favorite pick, Matthew Golden.
Ooh,
I think he's going to rise to the top of that wide receiver room, especially with Jaden Reed being out with that like bone fracture. Like it's
yeah.
like pretty serious. And
Jones.
the other guys have been around for a while, and they really haven't done anything special. Christian Watson, I think, is hurt too.
Yeah,
Um, I think he's going to be solid in Green Bay, and I'll stick with Mahomes as my least favorite. I also think he goes a little bit earlier than round 5 most of the time because he's
yeah,
Patrick Mahomes. So,
yeah. People reach.
hmm
People reach, especially on those names.
All right, let's
Uh,
go to 6. Oh, of
yeah,
course, we cut off here.
yeah, that's all right.
So who's at the top here? Jalen Warren, Kelsey, bunch of tight ends.
Bill
So
Cross.
yeah, I don't know what the hype about him is, to be honest.
Yeah,
That's
that
confused me a lot.
that is my least favorite pick here in this round.
Well, then, well, good. We started off there. Yeah, I don't get it. And they just came out today and said that Austin Eckler is listed as the RB1, even though he's an old dog, but still.
Yeah, I saw a tweet saying that Austin Eckler was listed at the RB1, and then I saw some a separate tweet with Cliff Kingsbury saying that on early downs, like first, second down, Chris Rodriguez Jr. is going to be the starting back.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know where this hype's coming from. I know he probably did have a good preseason. He ripped off a 30-yard rush in preseason. Um, but I just don't see it for a sixth or seventh round. Like I'd rather go with um, who else is up there? I want to slide back up to the top right. I want to say
Yep.
like Caleb Johnson is up there. Yeah, I'd rather Caleb Johnson. I'd rather Scattaboo. I'd rather Javante Williams, and they're all below him. I
hmm
just know that Javante Williams that he's the lead back. He's going to get that share targets and carries. But Bill Krosky, I mean, it's a complete shot in the dark, complete shot in the dark in the sixth, seventh round, which is where we're not liking to do that in those rounds.
No, that's a 11, 12, 13 type of play. Um, my favorite pick in this round is Emeka Ibuka. Um,
Oh
with
yeah,
Godwin down for I think they said 5 weeks.
yeah,
Obviously, you have Mike Evans, but I think Emeka is going to be a great fit for that offense with Baker, and of course they have Bucky and Rashad White still. I
yeah.
really like Emeka. I tried to get him in a lot of drafts. Again, just didn't fall to me at the right time. But he would be my favorite. And then as far as my least favorite, I'm gonna go. Wow, shit. I mean, Olave is kind of the one I'm avoiding. He's
Yeah.
he's really fucking good when he's healthy, but he's just never healthy. So I guess
Never
I'll go
helped.
Olave. I was gonna say Ricky Pearsall, but
Ricky Pearsall is your least favorite?
yeah, I'm not huge on him. I know Ayuk's down for a while, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I'm. He's my favorite pick in this round. Um,
Ricky?
Ricky Pearsall. I mean,
Hmm,
Jawan Jennings is battling injuries right now. Their whole wide receiver room is battling. Debo's gone. Ayuk is out for the first 6 weeks. They got Kittle and McCaffrey, but they have to throw the ball to a wide receiver too.
so,
And
but
and
that
he
honestly, I think that's why I don't like him. Like, I don't think he's like that guy that's just gonna be open all the time.
take on that number one role.
Yeah, I don't know if he has that in him. I think he's a good solid wide receiver 2, 3 or playing out of the slot or whatever, but I don't know if he can like become that number one for the first third of the season, you know?
Yeah, I'm just kind of going. So the last 2 weeks of the season, um, last year, he combined for over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Week 17 and 18. I know week 18 it was kind of a whatever kind of game for them at that point, but um, I don't know. I'm just kind of going off that and just knowing that there's no one else in that room.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, so round seven. I guess we'll start around. We kind of skipped. We'll go
Like the Caleb Johnson, maybe
start it at Kyler. How about that? Or Bo. We'll start at Bo.
Bo Dix.
Bo Dix. What do you like here in this group? I can make it smaller, or bigger too, if you need me to.
That's perfect. You keep it
A
right
lot of
there.
QBs down the bottom.
You keep it right there, my friend. Um, I initially wrote down Caleb Johnson, um, but I mean I do like him a lot. But I don't know. But this is a tough round for me.
Worried about the split backfield.
Yeah, just because they signed Warren to that extension.
Yeah.
But I think it's a similar situation to RJ Harvey, just kind of flip flopped. I think maybe Jalen Warren will out of the gate will take more of the role the first couple of weeks, and then towards the end of the year, Caleb Johnson once he gets used to the NFL speed and all that, he will kind of take over that backfield, and Jalen Warren will become more of the third down back. Um,
Yeah.
I think all the goal line opportunities are going to be Caleb Johnson. I mean, he's 6'1", 225. Um, so I think the touchdown potential is there, and towards the end of the year, I think he can become that RB1 in Pittsburgh for the majority of snaps.
Hmm. Um, okay, what do I like here? And what do I not like? Honestly, I think look, I just like this guy way too much. But they did come out and say today that Cooper Kupp and Sam Darnold have
Yeah,
gelled pretty well together. Um, I don't know. I think my least favorite, I'm taking Godwin out of this because he's going to be out for 5 weeks.
yeah,
My least favorite out of this crew might even be Mondre, bro, with the emergence of Travion Henderson in
yeah.
New England. I'm not sure. I know Mondre slimmed down a little bit and he's looked solid, but I don't know. Travion seems to be that guy that's just, he's explosive. He's a big playmaker where Mondre is a lot more just steady when he's healthy. Um, I think that would be my least favorite, and my favorite would probably be I don't know. I think Debo's going to have a good year in Washington.
Me too.
Yeah, that would be my favorite, I think, in this crew.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, move to round eight or so.
Um, yeah, I mean, this is all kind of. Let's just do
The
favorite
bottom of
player.
this,
The
the
favorite
bottom
player.
of this list,
Yeah,
or
from
just
this.
this section.
Yeah, let's just do your favorite here, right here. Yep, and your least favorite here, and then we can kind of move on because what I wrote down, I had Caleb Johnson in the eighth round, and Richardson in the seventh, I think, and then I had Debo favorite in the ninth or whatever.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
at this point,
technically,
you know,
in a 12-man league, 120 would be the top 10 rounds. So we're kind of
yeah, yeah.
just
So
lumping everybody together, but that's all right.
let's finish
What you
up
got?
here. So given this list right here, my favorite pick is Tyler Warren. Um,
Nice.
the kid is an absolute stud. Nothing but great things coming out of camp. And in recent years, we've seen those early round drafted tight ends make humongous splashes in fantasy football.
Mm,
Sam Laporta finished as tight end two or tight end one his rookie year. Yeah, it was his rookie year. Brock Bowers, tight end one last year. Tyler Warren is in that same conversation. Um, he is that talented, that gifted at the position. Playmaking ability, catching, blocking, everything. Line him up outside, line him up in the slot, even hand him the ball. He did that at Penn State. Um, I like him a lot here, and I think the Colts are going to rely on him a lot this season.
nice. All right. My least favorite pick in this group is probably Jaden Reed again hurt. Um, I mean Shaheed in New
Yeah,
Orleans.
yeah. I mean,
That's a guy who will put up like 20, 22 points maybe twice this year, and the rest of the year will score 6 to 8 points every week.
yeah,
That's how
if
I
that.
feel like he's at.
Yeah, he'll have 3 70+ touchdowns this season,
Yeah.
and then have his next biggest play be for 15 yards. So
Uh,
that's Rashid Shaheed, especially with who's throwing the ball too. So
yeah. Rattler announced the starter, but we already saw what happened there. And then my
yeah.
favorite, I'm gonna go with Travis Etienne.
Ooh,
Yeah, I know it sounds gross, but you see right there on the list, you got these three running backs in the same running back room, all one, two, three, stacked on top of each other. I think
yeah,
Etienne comes back and shows what he had a few years ago. I know Tootin looks good as a rookie, and I mean Tank's been there a couple years. He's been okay, but
yeah,
I just have a feeling that this Jacksonville offense is going to be a lot better, and he can show that he can be that number one guy in that running back room. I don't know. I just have it's a reach, but I have a feeling. I think especially if you're getting him this late in the draft, it could be somebody that could emerge and
yeah,
work his way up to you know top 35 running back possibly.
yeah. I mean, I think he very well could be. I mean, we finished as what RB2 just like 2 or 3 years ago, or RB3. So he's been
He's
there.
got it in him.
He's got it in him. Um, but so what I wrote down for my least favorite pick here is I wrote down Travis Etienne, Tank Bigsby, Bayshell Tune.
Yeah, I mean that's fair.
Because in what world I have never seen this. The three running backs on their team are all 10th round picks stacked on
Yep.
top of each other. Um, I want no part of that. I am all set. I'd rather take a Jordan Mason here, or I'd rather even go Nick Chubb because
Yep.
I have a
Agreed.
feeling Chubb is going to be out for a while. So I want no part of that backfield.
Well, let's move on. The reason I avoided talking about Jordan Mason there is because he's coming up in this next section that we're about to do. So let me stop sharing my screen real quick and I can see my beautiful face that does not have a headband on or some terribly manicured long blonde hair.
Luscious blonde locks, you mean?
What do you want to start with? Sleepers?
Um, yeah, let's go sleepers.
Sleepers first. Okay. Um, I think I'm going to start
Yeah.
simply because one of my sleepers is Trevor Lawrence.
Your boy.
It works out perfect for the fucking bit. But I do actually think, especially how late you can get him in a lot
Yeah.
of drafts. Obviously you got Brian Thomas Jr., you got the fucking three-headed nightmare at running back, but I think T-Law is going to have a much better season this year. Um, what's his name from the Bucks coming over?
Cohen.
Offensive coordinator. What?
Liam Cohen.
Yes, that is his name. Yeah, I think I mean, we know what Trevor Lawrence can do. It's been a nightmare in Jacksonville with the
Yep.
situation, but I do think he has a much better year this year. And we just talked about him. One of my other sleepers, Jordan Mason. I believe that Jordan Mason takes over as RB1 in Minnesota fairly quickly.
Yep.
Aaron Jones is a great pass rusher and has been a really good running back for a long time, but he's also getting up there in age. And we saw the flashes of Jordan Mason last year when CMC went down. I think he's going to have a great year in Minnesota. And lastly, I mentioned him at the bottom of that first list. It is Matthew Golden in Green Bay. I really like Golden this year. I think he's going to be one of the better rookies overall offensively. And again, I think he rises to the top of that wide receiver room in Green Bay. Those are my three sleepers.
Very nice. I like that list. I like that list a lot. We share one sleeper, and that's Jordan Mason. I completely agree.
Yeah.
I mean, they signed him to that deal. I mean, they went and they identified that they wanted this guy. Um, Kevin O'Connell did, and I mean, no knock on Aaron Jones. I mean, he's going to be there. He's going to play, but I mean, he's also getting up there in age. And Jordan Mason filled in last year for San Francisco and looked explosive,
Hmm.
explosive. And I think he will be early on in the year. I mean, they'll probably split it 50-50. But I mean, I think he's getting all the goal line carries. He's going to be the touchdown scorer. And then later in the year, I think Mason completely takes over. So yeah, that's a sleeper for me. Rome Odunes for the Bears is a sleeper for me as well. Um, he had 100 plus targets last year with only 54 receptions. It's pretty abysmal. But this year, we have the Ben Johnson offense, and I believe Caleb Williams is going to take that leap. Maybe not a extreme leap, but he'll take that next step, whether it's a baby step or a big step. Um, and I think O'Dunes will fit into that scheme a lot better that Ben Johnson has. And I think was he taking in like the sixth or seventh round right now? I think next year I wouldn't be shocked if O'Dunes is going in the second, third round. Um,
Yeah.
so there's my second sleeper, and my third sleeper. It's kind of like a long shot kind of sleeper. Um, is Wandale Robinson.
Wandale. Really?
Wandale Robinson. Um, he had 100. He had a sneaky 140 targets last season.
Wow.
93 receptions for only 700 yards. So obviously his yards per target not great. Um, Situation in New York in the quarterback room was not great. So I think this year, whether it's Russell Wilson and maybe later in the year Jackson Dart, I think Wandale can continue this strat. I think he can. I think he can. I think 140 targets is a lot. I think it's maybe a little bit too much, but I think maybe that yards per target goes up, the yards per catch goes up, and maybe a couple more scores. So Wando Robinson, I forget where he's going off the top of my head. It's later than the 12th round, but a guy who got 140 targets last season and is listed as their wide receiver two behind Neighbors.
Hmm.
He's going to get targets. So a late round pick, Wando Robinson has got my nod.
Okay.
Hey, did you know that he had 140 targets last season?
I did not know that.
It was insane. Insane.
That is fucking wild.
Insane. This is the
All right.
most quiet year of all time.
Yeah. All right. Now three busts. I talked about one early on, Brees Hall.
Yeah.
I'm staying away from Brees this year. Like I said, seems like Braylon Allen is hot on his ass, and again, the Jets offense is just I just don't see it being really even average, below average. Um, Maybe a little bit of Jets bias, and then going with my Jordan Mason pick, I think Aaron Jones is going to be a bust for his value,
Yeah.
his current value. Again, I think he will be RB2 within maybe even 3 or 4 weeks, if not maybe a little bit later. But and lastly, CJ Stroud.
Ooh.
I don't see the Texans being much better this year. The way he looked in his sophomore slump year, just like I know he didn't have a lot of protection,
Yeah.
and I know that Tank went down and Nico was out for a few weeks, but Tank's not coming back maybe this year at all. Uh, all they have is Nico. Joe Mixon is out for 6 weeks. Um, it's going to be all on his shoulders, and the way that it looked last year, I don't think he can put it all on his shoulders and play well enough uh to be the guy in fantasy at least that where he's being drafted. So that would be my last bust. Brees, Aaron Jones, and CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud.
I love it. Devontae Adams, my first bust. I don't think. I mean,
Mm,
it's like
I thought
bust
about
isn't
him.
a strong word. Like he's drafted
Bust for Devontae
as he's
Adams.
being
I
drafted
get it.
as wide receiver 13 or whatever, wide receiver 12, and he's the second best wide receiver on his team. And like it's very rare where you see two wide receivers finish in the top 24, never mind the top 12 in wide receiver fantasy rankings. Um, and I think if Stafford's healthy, I think Devontae Adams will have a fair to a good year. Um, I just don't see him finishing at wide receiver 12 where he's being drafted, wide receiver 13, 14, whatever it is. I think we're closer to like a 20 to a 24. And for a second, third round pick, you don't want to draft wide receiver 20 to 24.
Mm.
That is why I'm taking him as the bust. Zay Flowers is my next bust. Yeah, is he uber talented? Yes. Is he going to get a lot of targets? Yeah. He's also playing on the same team with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, and Rashad Bateman, who all had 2x at least the amount of touchdowns as Zay Flowers had last year. So if I'm drafting a wide receiver in the 5th round where Zay Flowers is going, I want a guy who's had a chance to see more end zone targets and catch the end zone a little bit more, which I don't think he will. I think he's probably going to end up being drafted a round or two later each year here. Like Bateman had 9 touchdowns. Derrick Henry had a bunch of touchdowns. So it's just not what they need him to do. So I'm going to stay away from Zay Flowers. And then James Conner, I mentioned it earlier. I'm just going to stay away from this year. This doesn't seem like a great scenario.
Yeah.
So with that being said, who is your league winner?
My league winner is Tony Pollard.
Oh,
I said earlier, I think the Titans are going to be a lot better this year. They leaned on him heavily before he got banged up a little bit. And I think that was because of overuse.
yeah,
Tajay Spears is out for the first 4 weeks at least. He had 260 carries last year, which is the most in his career for 1,079 yards.
yeah.
Played 16 games, so missed one. But he wasn't full go towards the end of the year last year. Only 5 touchdowns. I think that number goes up. And for where you can draft him, I drafted him in the league, I want to say 5th or 6th round. I think he has a better year than he did last year. And with Cam Ward, they can take at least some of the full workload off of him, and he can stay healthier, and have a really good year and punch it in the end zone a couple more times at least than he did last year. So Tony Pollard is my league winner.
Dude, I love that. I drafted him in Goodell, 5th round, 10th pick, and I love that there, and I'm
Yep.
ecstatic to pair him up with Josh Jacobs in that backfield on my team there. Um, oh,
I have the league I drafted him in. I had the 9th pick. I drafted Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs, and then later on I got him. So my running backs are fucking gross.
oh yeah, they are. Oh man, I I picked this guy because of my takes of James Conner, and I picked Trey Benson. But
Ooh.
I'm not picking a league winner based off of an injury. I have to change that. I can't do that. Um, so I'm going to change my pick to DJ Moore.
Mm,
DJ
okay.
Moore. DJ Moore will be a league winner this year. Um, year two with Caleb Williams, year one with a Ben Johnson offense. What we've seen, what um, Ben Johnson has done for wide receivers and offenses in Detroit. Amon-Ra St. Brown is unbelievable. He's going to scheme up DJ Moore touches, and that is what Ben Johnson is going to do, and Caleb Williams is going to get him the ball. And I think DJ Moore getting him in the fourth, fifth round is an absolute steal. I think he finishes. I think he has potential to finish in the top 10 wide receivers this season.
Nice. I like it. All right. That is our fantasy football preview and our little segment at the end with some guys to avoid, maybe some guys to seek out and maybe reach for in our sleepers. And then if you happen upon either Tony Pollard or DJ Moore in a good spot, I suggest you draft them.
Hell yeah.
Nice. All right. Before we hop into week one slate, you want to throw out what you have in for futures? I've only got three at the moment.
Yes. Let me pull these up on my DraftKings. Where are they? Open, 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 open. Okay, so I got Tet McMillan, Offensive Rookie of the Year, plus
Ooh, I like
1,600.
that.
I think plus 1,600 is absurd value for the wide receiver one in Carolina. A team that should be much improved. Offensive Player of the Year, I go Nico Collins. I've talked about Nico enough. You know why I like him.
Hmm.
Falcons over 7.5 wins, minus 140. I think that team's has a chance to win 10, maybe even 11 games this year. Um, Detroit Lions under 9.5 wins, plus 105.
Wow.
Um, I like Dan Campbell. I think he's a player's coach, but I think he's an absolute knucklehead, and I don't know who the coordinators are that are bringing in to replace Aaron Glenn and Ben Johnson, but I think those two were a little bit of the unsung heroes to that team, that coaching staff. And I think Dan Campbell will make a lot of mistakes, a lot of dumb mistakes. They're a very talented team, tough schedule this year, so I'm going to go under 9.5. Dolphins over 7.5 wins, minus 105. I mean, if Tua's healthy, they're winning over 7.5 games. That's all I got to say there. Go Buccaneers under 9.5 wins. Uh,
Ooh, really?
I think it's Falcons division. That's basically what I'm betting here. Falcons over 7.5, Bucks under 9.5. Um, I think that they're just kind of flip flopped. I think the Bucks are going to struggle a little bit this year. Giants over 5.5 wins, minus 140.
I like that.
I got Falcons division winner plus 235. And I got the Bills Super Bowl winner plus 600.
Yes, I like the Bills as well. The only reason I haven't taken it is because they play the Baltimore Ravens Sunday night, week one. And my hope is one, not only do I think that that is a AFC Championship game preview,
Yeah,
obviously, possibly, we never know what can happen, but I'm hoping the Bills lose and hopefully they drop down a little bit in odds,
yeah,
and then I can maybe snipe it when it goes up. I don't think it'll go crazy up, but I think
yeah.
there's a chance for more value in a tough week one. matchup. So I'm holding off on that. I do agree with you, and I will be placing that bet.
Yeah.
But I'm just waiting to see if I can't get a little bit better odds on it because it is pretty low for. I mean, they're obviously a
Yeah,
second. Are they second favorite to the Eagles?
I think they're last time I checked, I thought they're even.
They got to
I,
be at least top three.
I can pull it up. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, it was Eagles, Bills and Ravens are tied at 600, and then Eagles 700, Chiefs 850.
Yeah.
So
So tied for
so
first. Yeah.
yeah, I was a little late on the Packers. I was going to put some
Yeah.
Packers this offseason, but after the Micah trade, everything has just skyrocketed. And, I'm just going to let it be.
Yeah. Okay. So Bills. I guess you can count the Bills as one for me. I'm not going to take it at where it is.
Yeah.
The only other two team futures I have in right now are the Commanders under 9.5 wins. Um, they've got a tough schedule. I still don't think that defense is really up to par.
Yeah.
Obviously, Jaden played amazing last year, but they're going to have to rely on him to be great week in and week out for the entire season. And yeah, I don't know. I think that's a little high. You can get it at plus 105. At least that's what I put it in at. It might have changed a little bit. Um,
Nice.
and then my other future for a team is Jags to make the playoffs, plus 180. Obviously, the AFC South is not great. I told you I was down a bit on the Texans. If they don't win the division, which I think they could, then I think they can sneak in a wild card spot at plus 180. I like it.
For sure.
And then my awards, I've got two in. I mentioned earlier in the first round fantasy preview, Jahmyr Gibbs, Offensive Player of the Year at 13-1. I think he has a monster year this year with the Lions, and I like 13-1 for Jahmyr. And lastly, Joey to win the MVP at plus 650 is my favorite of the four.
Okay.
I think now they locked down T. Higgins. Chase Brown should have a really good year. The offense was great last year. They just didn't win enough games.
Yeah.
They locked down Trey Hendrickson as well, so I think the defense improves. And as long as they make it in the playoffs and Joey Burrow does what Joey Burrow does, I
Yeah.
think this is his year to win the MVP.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, he had an MVP season last year. It's just
Hmm.
his team happened to shit the bed defensively, and they didn't make the playoffs. And Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson also exist. So
Yep,
uh,
they do.
there's a great chance that Joe Burrow can win the MVP. I like that.
Joey.
Joe Burrow.
All right, that is that. Let us go finally into week one. Uh, Thursday night, we started off with the defending champs in Philly, minus 7.5, hosting the Dallas Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
Total set at 47.5. You have a play on this game. I'm sure you do. It's the first game of the NFL year. Got to have some action.
8.5 points is way too much. Cowboys plus 8.5.
Yep. Right there with you, brother. Super Bowl hangover. I'm gonna stick with that trend. I don't think it worked last year with the Chiefs, but I don't care. In division matchup,
Yeah.
um, Cowboys offense is still good.
Yeah.
Obviously, they just lost Micah, but I
Yeah.
think laying a touchdown
Yeah.
plus week one, especially.
But yeah, but
I,
they also bring in the same trade. They bring in Kenny Clark, run
yeah,
stuffer, running team. Like he's gonna make things difficult for Philly. And I want to say that the Eagles have some offensive line injuries right now. Who's that guy? Who's that? I can't think of his name.
well, they're all fucking dudes. So if one of them is down, it's significant because they're all fucking gross.
Landon Dickerson.
Yeah, he might be the best of them all.
Yeah, and he is meniscus.
Yeah. Yeah, I like it. I will be taking the Cowboys plus the points as well.
Yep. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it.
Sweet. All right. Oh shit, there's a Friday game. Oh, let's go. I didn't
Sao
even know
Paulo,
that.
Brazil, baby.
Oh, that's right. Fuck yeah, dude. All right, even more excited than I already was.
Fucking
Uh,
stupid.
in Brazil, news to me. Chiefs, technically the away team here. Obviously, both teams are away. At the Chargers. Chiefs -3, total set at 45.5. What do you got?
Um,
You can
I
take
got,
the ad off now if you want.
I got look at this little fro I got now. Oh man, I'm gonna put it back on. I have to keep it on. I got nothing officially here. I like the Chiefs minus the 3 points. I just feel like it's prime time NFL game. You know, it just reeks of Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs sneaking out a close game win, especially in
Yeah.
Brazil. A lot of viewers, so uh, I lean that way. Nothing as of yet.
Yeah, I don't have anything for this one either. Um, I would probably agree with you, but I also haven't looked in depth at all into any of these games. But I think that might even benefit me in week one. I think you know a lot about a lot of teams, and then they come out week one and things can change fast. So
Yeah,
I'm kind of just
yeah.
going through it for the first time for real with you guys right now. Just a forewarning. All right, let's go to Sunday afternoon. Best day of the fucking week. We'll start it off in New England, hosting the Las Vegas Raiders. Pats -2.5, total set at 43.5. I will be taking the New England Patriots -2.5.
You don't want to see how they play first.
Nope. This is one of those ones. I mean, obviously I'm biased. Um,
Yeah,
I'm going with it. Don't care.
yeah. No, I hear you. I want to.
I think we're ready. I think Vrabel's gonna have the boys fucking ready.
I think he's going to have them ready and prepared, 100%. I just worry about the lack of just this depth on this team. The offensive line is going to be hurting. I know we're slowly improving that, right? But I just don't think it's going to happen like that. I think they're going to be a lot better, and I think they win this game. I just don't. I want to see it first. It's
That's fair.
the team that's won 7 games the last 2 years combined. So I want to see the change before I bet the change.
That is completely fair, my friend.
Go Pats.
I just I just think there's a lot of buzz this year. They're at home, so there'll be a lot of buzz in the stadium. And the Raiders have a lot of new pieces too, so they have stuff to figure out on their own. Um,
Yeah.
so that's why I'm going with the Pats. Again, this is really my first time fully going through the slate. So just be forewarned whether you
Rip it,
choose to tail me or
rip it
fade
around.
me,
Go.
as long as you know. All right, next game in Cleveland, another divisional matchup. Bengals travel to Cleveland. Bengals -5.5, total set at 47.5. We all know about the Bengals' early season struggles the past few years, but the Cleveland Browns are back to the dumpster where they've been for a long time, other than like 2 years. So, what are you thinking here?
Um, I got nothing, man. I mean, I would go over 47.5 if anything.
Hmm.
I like. I would go over, and I would lean the Browns, just because Bengals are known for that early year shit game. I think Joe Flacco and the boys. I mean, they have some offensive weapons. They got Judy, they got Njoku. Um, they're not the
Tillman
worst.
came on strong at the end of last year.
Exactly. They're not the worst football team I've ever seen. Um, and I think they can hang around a little bit. I'm just too worried. If it was 7, I would be all over it. But 5.5 is one of those weird, ugly
Weird
numbers.
number, yeah.
So I'm
Okay.
out.
Yeah, I don't have anything either. I think I'd probably agree with you.
Yeah.
The one worry I would have is they do have offensive weapons, but I don't know. I don't know how much they're going to be able to score.
Bengals
Um,
defense stinks.
yeah, but they knew it stunk, and they're I would assume that's their focus, considering the offense seems to be fine. I think the Bengals will have no problem scoring, but
They
we'll
just, they
see.
just, they just sunk fucking 300 million to 2 wide receivers. They got no money for their defense.
But they got their boy back.
They
Right?
did exactly. They have their whole entire salary is a defensive end and 2 wide receivers and Joe Burrow. They don't have money.
That's
They don't have money to fill in
that's
anything else.
that's the Cincinnati way.
Oh, man,
All
bet
right,
Cincy.
another divisional. What's up?
Said bet Cincy overs. That's my
Yeah,
line.
that probably will be another thing. Um, all right. Another divisional matchup, Giants at Commanders. Commanders -6. Total set at 45.5. Shit, I don't know what to think about this. What do you got?
I know where you're going here. Commanders -6, right? It's your favorite team. Nah,
No
I would
way.
I would go Giants in the under if I had anything to play here. I'm not playing it though.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any plays on that one either. I think I would lean the Giants as well, especially in division.
I
Their
wouldn't
defense,
wouldn't be shocked to see an upset here outright.
yeah. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Give me the Giants +6. I love the Giants defense.
Yeah.
They're they're going with Russell, right?
Yeah, Russell Staten.
Yeah. So give me Giants +6.
Yep.
Divisional matchup. Keep it close. I still don't think the Commanders' defense is that much improved. Obviously they have Jaden, but I love the front seven of this New York Giants team. So I think they can give them a couple fits early on, especially in week one, where everyone's kind of working the rust off a little bit still. So give me the Giants
Agreed.
plus the
Agreed.
6.
You know what? I'm with you. I'm gonna add that. I'm gonna add that.
Yeah. While you add that, we go to NOLA. Cards at the Saints. Cardinals -6.5. Total set at 43.5. Gross, gross, gross. I don't really know what to think about the Cardinals this year. Um, I like Kyler. He can be really fun to watch, but he can also do some really dumb shit. And again, the Saints are really supposed to be as bad as I've ever remembered them being.
Yeah.
So
Right.
I don't want nothing to do with this game. If I had gun to my head, I would probably just take the fucking Cardinals money line for like $2.
Just to say you had money on the game.
$3 to win fucking
16
85
cents.
cents.
No,
Yeah,
I
no,
mean
I don't want to
I
touch that.
I lean the Cardinals here. I mean, the
I
Saints
just
team. Saints team's a
not a
dump.
team I'm willing to lay almost a touchdown with, no matter how bad the Saints are.
Yeah, no, exactly. Yeah, the Cardinal. I mean, it's a wait and see team for me this year. Like
Yes,
they have a lot of
I agree.
potential. Obviously. Don't really know defensively how they're going to be. But we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Steelers at Jets is next. Steelers -3, total set at 38.5. The return of Aaron Rodgers to MetLife Stadium. And Justin Fields also going against his former team from last year. So that's actually a pretty interesting matchup. What do you
Yeah,
got here?
give me the New York Jets plus 3 points. Um, I think this Jets team is going to be good defensively. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to go to MetLife and blow his load.
I thought you were going to say blow his Achilles.
All over himself. He's going to soil himself. And I know I say this every fucking year, and I do this every single year, Fuski. But
Justin Fields.
This is the year. No, this is the year that the Steelers are going to be bad. I bet they're under. I'm not betting their win total this year. I've chosen better. I'm not betting their win, but they're not going to be a good football team. Aaron Rodgers is not good anymore. They're just not a good team. They're not a good football team.
I think the Steelers' offensive line isn't great either, which that's what worries me most for them. I mean, their defense is always going to be at least decent to above average.
Yeah.
Just because of Mike Tomlin, but I don't know. Rodgers doesn't have the mobility he used to, and I don't think the Steelers' offensive line is very good. So
No.
yeah, I don't want this. I'm definitely not betting the Jets because I don't trust Justin Fields with my fucking. I don't trust Justin Fields to hold $1 for me. Never mind fucking win a football game. So
Fair enough.
yeah.
On to the next one.
Enough said there. Next one, Bucks at Falcons, another divisional matchup. Bucks minus 2.5, total set at 47.5. I think we feel opposite. Actually, I wouldn't say feel opposite, but you don't really like the Bucks this year. I like the Bucks this year. I wouldn't say I don't like the Falcons, but I like the Bucks more. And you really like the Falcons this year. So, what do you got?
I got nothing. I got nothing in this game. I mean, I think my futures alone kind of play a big role in this game as it is. So just gonna let this one ride out and root for the Falcons to win, hope the Buccaneers lose, type of thing.
That's fair. That is fair. That should be a good matchup, though, I think.
I do like the over.
I was going to say that. Yeah, I could see a lot of points, but I'm not going to take anything there. All right. Next up, Panthers at Jags. Jags minus 3.5. Total set at 46.5. And before we get into this game, I did forget. I took the Carolina Panthers to win the Super Bowl like 3 months ago. Literally strictly because I was listening to Part of My Take and they were doing one of those like similar to like the Ravens last year, how it was like certain amount of years in between their Super Bowls and their starting quarterback was a certain age, and this happened in the same year. That obviously didn't happen last year, but it was. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the stat, if you want to call it that, is the Panthers win the Super Bowl every year that they play the Jaguars in Week 1.
Yeah.
And in those same years, Jennifer Lopez gets a divorce. So I believe that's what it was. Shout out to PMT because I fucking love that show and that's where I heard it on. So I wanted to mention that as one of my futures before we got into this game.
That is so. I remember seeing that and I was like, you know what? I'm probably not going to bet on it, but imagine.
Yeah, I put like fucking $5 on it.
To win probably what, $2,000?
They were 200 to 1 maybe. So yeah, something like that.
Hell yeah. Well, good luck to you.
I don't know if Bryce has that in him, but I do think the Panthers will be better this year.
I'm
I
not
wouldn't say,
hating.
yeah, I wouldn't say I have a play, but I also like the Jags this year. I guess I would lean the Panthers.
Yeah.
Plus the 3.5. I think it's a pretty close game, personally.
Yeah.
But nothing here.
Yeah, I have the over 46.5. I believe that's my bet. Yeah, over 46.5. I got that locked in. I see a lot of points here in this game. I think the Jaguars offense is going to be much more improved. One of Fuski's sleepers, Trevor Lawrence, my guy,
AKA Richard Sharp.
aka the man, the myth, the legend. I think it's much more improved. Brian Thomas year two. Um, I mean, it looks like they have three starting running backs. If you look at the ESPN fantasy football rankings, and Travis Hunter drafted to them, so I think they have potential here. I think they can be a pretty solid team. I think they can score some points. And then the Panthers, I mean, towards the end of that year, they were competing with everybody. The Chiefs, they gave them a good game. I remember that game. Bryce Young looked like a completely different player, and I mean, I'm thinking he can hopefully carry that into this year. And I mean, I haven't heard anything good about either one of these teams' defenses in a very long time. So
Yeah,
give me the over here.
that's fair. You know what? I'll jump on that. I've also not heard anything good about either of those teams' defenses, so I like the over 46.5.
Love it.
Yeah, I do like Bryce Young this year though. They add Tet. I think Tet's gonna be really good. Bryce looked really good at the end of the year.
Yeah.
So potential. Maybe not Super Bowl bound, but
Yeah.
better
Potential.
for sure.
Heading in the right direction.
Yes. Okay, last game of the early slate is Dolphins at the Colts. And let's go to the afternoon. No, just kidding.
No, I'm with you. Move on.
Colts -1.5. Daniel Jones versus a Bad Vibes Miami team. Total set at 47.5. I want nothing to do with this.
Zero, zero. I was looking up some stats earlier. I was trying to find an angle because I mean I see the Colts -1.5. I'm like, why are they favored? So I was trying to find out why they were favored, and I came up with nothing other than this is the first time that Tua Tagovailoa is playing the Colts. And I mean,
Really?
that's
Oh yeah,
not,
he's been hurt. Yeah.
it's not. I mean, it's not a reason for the Colts to be favored. I just thought it was interesting that at this point this year and at this point of his career, he's never played them.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I got nothing here. Um, it looks like a fish, it smells like a fish, so it's a fish. I'm out.
So maybe it's the Dolphins if it's a fish.
Maybe it's the fins. Maybe. Wow, Fusky.
The signs.
The sign, fucking signs.
All right,
It was
let's go.
right in front of my face the whole time.
Let's go to the afternoon, starting in Denver. Broncos host the Titans. Broncos -7.5. Total set at 42.5. I really like the Broncos this year. Uh, I'm not really a fan of laying a touchdown early, even though it's a rookie quarterback and a team that's not supposed to be very good. I don't know. Don't like it. What do you got?
Um, I would lean the Broncos here. It's just the number's a little bit too big for me. I think Sean Payton, Pat Surtain can make Cam Ward's first career NFL game a little tough. So
Yeah.
that's the angle I would look at it. It's probably the square play, but I'm probably out on it just because I don't know enough yet on either of these
Yeah.
teams.
Possibly an under.
Possibly an under. Possibly an
Under
under.
42.5. You see Denver's defense really fucking good against a rookie QB
Yeah, 28-10 or something.
or fucking 35-0.
Yeah, that too. That too.
But yeah, nothing there for me as well. We go
Cool.
to another divisional matchup in Seattle. Seahawks Seahawks host the Niners. Niners -2.5 on the road. Total set at 43.5. What do you got here?
I don't have anything here. I mean, I could be convinced of either side. I think I think I think the Niners will be improved of last year, but wouldn't surprise me if they're middle of the pack again. Um,
Yeah.
not huge on the Seahawks. I mean, I think Darnold has kind of established himself as definitely a useful starting quarterback in this league. Smith and Jigba, Cooper Cup. You got some offensive weapons. Running backs, you got Walker and Charbonnet. So I mean, they're not a bad team. Seattle's a tough place to play. So if I gun to my head and I had to take one, I'd probably lean the Seahawks here. But I don't like either side enough.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I don't know how I feel about the Seahawks coach personally. Um,
Yeah,
I don't know. He gives me weird vibes. And then, I mean, you saw with Darnold, they didn't look great at the end of the year. So new place,
yeah,
divisional matchup. I would probably agree with you, lean towards Seattle, but I'm not gonna play it.
love it.
Okay, another divisional matchup in Green Bay. Lions at Packers. Packers favored by 2.5. Total set at 47.5. They're saying Micah might need an injection to play because of his back issues.
Yeah,
So we'll see on that. I think the 2.5 here is probably just Lambeau Field, if I had to guess.
yeah,
Um, and then I guess maybe the coordinator change for Detroit on both sides of the ball might play into that a bit. Well, what do you think?
um, I think this is a great spot for the Packers. I am on the Packers -2.5. I think they they jump out in this year on a good note against a team that they've struggled with in recent years in the Lions. Um, and yeah, I think Dan Campbell in a big game like this, without those guys, I think he's going to make a bonehead decision late in this game, and I think the Packers are going to win this. Are going to win it. I really think that's truly what it comes down to. I think he goes for a 4th and 2 on his own 48 in a tie game, or up by a score, 3 points, or whatever. And there's no reason to go for it, but he's going to go for it because that's what Dan Campbell does. So I think it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a great game. I can't wait to watch this game. But
Yes, it's gonna be a
the
good one.
Packers are my pick here, -2.5.
Yeah, I think gun to my head, I'd probably lay a little bit of juice and lay the money line with the Packers -148.
Yeah,
But I'm just gonna sit back and watch this one. Like you said, should be a really good game in the afternoon window.
hell yeah, got a
And
good
to
afternoon.
close out the afternoon window, we got the Houston Texans in LA against the Rams. Rams -2.5, total set at 43.5. I believe Stafford is on pace to play. He's been practicing. What do you think about this one?
I don't want any part of it. I think this Rams team at home with Stafford playing is a clear and away 3-point better team. So I would love to take that. I'm just nervous about Stafford, man.
Yeah,
I,
that's fair.
I like it. I think with him practicing, and I haven't heard anything bad about any setbacks or nothing, but it's just tough because I mean, if it's Garoppolo, then I'm like, fuck. I don't think Garoppolo beats the Texans by 3 points. No way. So this might be a late ad, might be a Sunday ad, Rams, but we'll see.
You know what I'm gonna do? Because it's week one.
What do you
I'm
go?
gonna put the Green Bay Packers and the Los Angeles Rams in a money line parlay, and that gets you +185, and I'm gonna take that in the late window.
Love it. Absolutely love it.
Week one, baby. Let it fucking fly and then adjust. That's how
You
we're
know,
that's how we're going.
let it fly and then adjust. I love it.
Okay. Now Sunday night, we talked about it a little bit briefly in the beginning of the episode. Ravens at the Bills. Bills -1.5 with a total of 50.5, the highest total of week one. What do you think? Fucking banger of a game to end the first Sunday of the year.
Um, I got the Bills money line. They're my pick to win the Super Bowl. I think they come out and little brother the Ravens a little bit. I don't think this game. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if it's close, but I think the Bills pull this away by a score, maybe two touchdown, 10, 13 points type of thing. Um,
Really?
I think the Bills are that good. I think this is just a statement year, and they're gonna start off the statement year with a statement. So give me the Bills money line.
Okay. I'll take the Ravens money line for some
Uh,
fun.
all right, this is our first head to head.
First head to head, maybe you can get me wearing a fucking crazy hat next week.
Yeah, I mean it'd probably be the week after that, unless I pay for Amazon Prime shipping. But um, but yeah, well, this could be a good one. First head to head. The hat is on the line here.
Hat on the line.
Hat on the line.
Yeah, and also I think I was going to play the Ravens money line either way, even if I didn't take it on the show because of what I said about the Bills' Super Bowl future. Because I agree with
Yep.
you. I think this is the Bills' year. Um, but yeah, so give me the Ravens. Might as well go head to head on one of them. We've been
Yep.
pretty much in agreement the whole way,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and let's have some fucking fun. And then we'll quickly touch on Monday night. We'll obviously tweet out all these picks as we go, like we did last year on Action as well. If you miss it, and then yeah, we'll tweet them out on Monday. Monday night is Vikings at the Bears. JJ McCarthy will be making his debut, and then Caleb Williams going into year two with Ben Johnson at the helm. And bit of an improved offensive line for Caleb. Vikings are favored actually -1.5 with a total set at 44.5. What do you think about this Monday night matchup?
It's gonna be a great game. I think. Obviously, we have two AFC North matchups this week, um, and I think this is the best division in football.
Hmm.
So I'm excited to watch how these play out. I'm excited to see how the Bears take that step. I'm excited to see if JJ McCarthy can can play to the level of Sam Darnold did last year. I'm sure Kevin O'Connell is, as they call him, the QB whisperer. I'm sure he can get him playing to a high level. So I got nothing in this one. Maybe Monday something pops out at me and get the tweets out there. But but yeah, I'm just excited for football being back. Excited for all these matchups. What a hell of a week one we got here. Um, man, we're back. We're back like we never left.
We are so back, and that does it for our first episode of the 2025-2026 NFL season. Um, we've been going for about an hour and a half here, so I might split it into two, one fantasy football, one picks. So just so it's not so long. But either way, good luck, everyone. Again, we'll be tweeting out picks and putting them on our action accounts as well. Make sure to like, follow, subscribe, follow the Instagram, putting out clips of Richie's beautiful hair and other things throughout the year. And football is fucking back, baby. Let's go, DeGents.
Let's go. It's a long year. Lock in. Let's ride.
Let's go. See you, boys. Peace.